I'll tell you this. I've seen Canelo pushed around. I've never seen Terence pushed around. So if we're talking about who's going to be the boss, I've never seen anyone boss Terence Crawford. I've seen Canelo get bossed. So that it's psychologically, when you think about that, and this is a fight where I flip-flop on both guys because there's so many good points. Yeah, but he's 168. Yeah, but it's Terence Crawford. He's undefeated. Well, yeah, no, this guy's beating this, but stylistically, he hits him on the arm. There's so many different things you can talk about. But from a psychological standpoint, who's fresher, who's meaner, who wants it more? That's good. That's going to come into.
Chris Algerie breaks it down, stressing that the Canelo versus Crawford showdown isn't just about power or size, but about mentality, with Crawford's unbreakable mindset giving him a real edge. Timothy Bradley Jr., never shy with his opinions, boldly declared that Crawford will beat the brakes off Canelo, pointing to his sharpness and relentless style as too much for the Mexican star to handle, regardless of weight advantage. Bradley sees skill and mentality as the true game changers, flipping the narrative and making the fight feel even more unpredictable. Still, not everyone agrees. Kofi Jantoa believes the weight jump is simply too much for Crawford to overcome, adding another layer of intrigue to this battle of wills.
If I'm betting, I put my money on Canelo. Crawford, great fighter, but jumping from 47, he just fought at 54. He won, but it wasn't spectacular performance. Then you jump 60, 68. It's a different. We have weight division for a reason in boxing. Canelo comfortable.
He noted that Canelo has been dominating at 168, a division where he looks natural and comfortable, while Crawford is moving up from lighter weight classes, a leap that can be punishing. This fight isn't just about skill, it's about size, power, and whether Crawford's body can handle the difference, which for many is why Canelo remains the safer pick. Kofi Jantoa also issued a sharp warning, stressing that this is not a fight where Crawford can afford even a moment of complacency, as every second in the ring will challenge his focus and willpower.
Crawford gonna have to do a lot in this fight to win. He have no time to be comfortable. He can't be comfortable in that ring. He gotta be on point and every minute.
Against Canelo, a single mistake can change the fight in an instant, meaning Crawford must stay sharp, maintain his rhythm, and never let Canelo get comfortable. This isn't about fighting in short bursts. It's about applying constant pressure with discipline and perfect timing. The battle is as much mental as it is physical, which is what makes the matchup so dangerous. If Crawford can sustain that intensity, the momentum could shift in his favor. Still, Kofi Jantoa warns that size and experience in the division are major factors, and with Crawford stepping into this weight class for the first time, that gap could be the true test of his greatness.
Well, Canelo is strong at that division. He's very solid. And he's been there, he grew there, he's been there for a while. He fought a lot of big guys. He's been hit by big guys. Crawford, in his case, is stepping up, jumping weight. I mean, people say, oh, it will be great. Yeah, it's great to be great. But it's a tough challenge. And I respect him for, stepping up.
Moving up isn't just about adding weight, it's about maintaining the same speed, power, and sharpness against naturally bigger opponents. Canelo has thrived in that environment for years, while Crawford must prove he can adapt instantly. Every exchange will test whether Crawford can handle the size difference or if Canelo's physical advantage will decide the outcome. This fight is more than skill versus skill, it's legacy against limits, which is exactly why fans can't look away. Still, Kofi Jantoa offered a balanced take, noting that Crawford's craft and switch-hitting ability could pose serious problems for Canelo in the early rounds.
I think he's going to give Canelo problem for a while. Well, Crawford is very crafty. He switches. That's going to be a challenge for Canelo to overcome.
That's the puzzle of this matchup. Crawford's skill set can cause real problems, but sustaining it against Canelo is another challenge entirely. Canelo has repeatedly shown he can adjust, break opponents down, and swing momentum his way, raising the question of whether Crawford's craftiness can last deep into the fight, or if Canelo's power and composure will eventually take control. It's where chess meets raw strength, and only in the later rounds will we see who bends and who refuses to break. Even legends have their doubts, and when Mike Tyson speaks, the boxing world listens. He views the jump in weight as a dangerous gamble for Crawford, pointing to his close fight with Madrimov at 154 and questioning how his body will handle another leap to 168 against a powerhouse like Canelo. For Tyson, the risk lies in the gap between natural size and sheer heart. with even the smallest physical disadvantage potentially deciding the fight. Meanwhile, Bakara Mortazalev's trainer, Coach Roma, offered a different perspective, focusing less on who wins and more on what this moment represents for Crawford's legacy.
I personally was not surprised, and I was very happy with Crawford. I mean, he should get a big payday. I mean, he deserves it. I was very, very happy for him. Finally got a big payday. He had a big payday with, what's his name? Texas kid who beat, that's undisputed.
Oh.
The last fight before this one.
Yeah.
Not the one before. He won all 4 belts. Aerosmith. Yeah, when he beat Aerosmith, that was a nice payday for him. But now this is going to be his biggest payday, and he deserves it. Doesn't matter what.
Crawford has already proven his greatness by becoming undisputed against Spence, but this stage is on an entirely different level. Coach Roma emphasizes that win or lose, Crawford is finally reaping the rewards of years of dominance. With this clash against Canelo serving as both a test of skill and a milestone of recognition and respect, the massive payday reflects how far he's come, setting the stage for a fight that defines legacy as much as financial success. In that sense, simply stepping into the ring is already a triumph. Roma doubled down on his admiration, noting that while moving up in weight is never easy, true greatness comes from defying the odds. And Crawford's blend of skill, timing, and finishing power is a weapon Canelo cannot ignore.
I personally think he deserves a big shot like that, and moving up 2 weight classes, it's very hard, of course, but again, you can't count Crawford out no matter what. I mean, you know what I mean? He's a very competitive guy, very technical guy, very skillful guy. He might not be the biggest puncher, but he knows how to land that shot and clean and, puts people out. He put so many people out before Majimov, like 10 or 11 fights in a row,
Against someone as durable as Canelo, those sharp, unexpected moments could be the key to turning the fight. And if Crawford can deliver that same ruthless consistency, the jump in weight might not seem as impossible as many believe. Coach Roma was candid he wants Crawford to win and will be cheering for him, but even while praising his superior pure boxing skills, he admits the challenge ahead is immense.
Me too. I'm not gonna say any percentage-wise. I want him to win, and that night I'm gonna cheer for him. But nothing against Canelo. He's amazing, legend. But again, I think Crawford has a better boxing, just pure boxing. Yeah. Besides all the weight shit, as a boxer, I think he's a better boxer. But if he wins, he'll surprise me. Not me. I think he's gonna surprise the world.
I'm not alone in thinking Crawford could shock the world if he wins. This fight has fans split respecting Canelo's legendary status, while believing Crawford's sharper boxing IQ gives him a real shot. The suspense lies in whether skill can overcome the weight gap. Crawford has the tools to outbox anyone, but carrying that brilliance against a bigger, stronger Canelo is the real test. If he pulls it off, it won't just be a win, it'll redefine how fans view size versus skill. Bakara Mortazaliev shared a bold take, saying that while moving up in weight is always risky, Crawford might be the rare fighter capable of beating Canelo. He pointed out that Crawford started at 61 kilograms, and among fighters who've moved up this much, he's the only one he sees as a true threat. It's a statement blending respect with belief, built on Crawford's history of defying expectations and dominating across divisions. Mortazaliev believes Crawford's unique mix of skill, grit, and adaptability could help him succeed where others would fail. That's the kind of edge he'll need, something beyond size, something from within. Meanwhile, Coach Bernie came out with unshakable confidence, declaring that Canelo has never faced anyone like Bud, and this time, the tables will turn.
I'm gonna tell you what he ain't seen. He ain't seen Bud Crawford, brother. And we gonna beat his business now. Cena Bud is done. We gonna run him through the ringer. We gonna f him up. Respect the Canelo, but we gonna beat his when we go up against Bud Crawford. Now. Put your money on it.
This kind of raw conviction shows just how deeply Team Crawford believes in their man. For Bernie, it's not about weight or Canelo's history of dominance, it's about Bud's unique blend of skill and mindset. He views Crawford as the fighter capable of exposing weaknesses others couldn't and flipping the script on one of boxing's biggest stars. That confidence isn't just talk, it's fuel for Crawford heading into the fight. And when a fighter steps into the ring with that kind of energy, anything is possible. Bernie doubled down, making it clear that no matter who stands across from Crawford, he always has a legitimate shot. To him, Bud isn't just another contender, he's built to compete with anyone.
I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
And when I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway, for crying out loud.
Right.
The thing that I don't like about Canelo is that it's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yes.
And that's not beating Crawford. I will confess, I think Gervonta Davis's trainer, Cal, I think he said